Now at 6, the pain of losing a child. We hear from the mother of a teen killed in a suspected drunk driving crash, plus new details about the man police say was behind the wheel. And in a new KGW investigation, is a Portland nonprofit pushing people out of the affordable housing they're supposed to be providing. Then record summer-like warmth just in time for spring break. Wow. We're also tracking, though, the threat of thunderstorms. That's going to be in your weather impact alert forecast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. 2 days after a deadly crash injured 3 and killed a young teenager, and we are now hearing from that girl's mother. She says she doesn't want the man police say is responsible to ever get out of jail. Tonight, we've also learned new details about the case. Our Devin Haskins is live at OHSU. Devin, one of the victims is there recovering. How is that girl doing?
Yeah, she's still in the hospital recovering with some pretty serious injuries. Her older sister was the 16-year-old that died in the crash. Earlier today, we spoke with the mom of the 2 girls about this crash and got new details released in court documents about what led up to the crash.
Zolea, me, Zamora.
It's you and your girls.
Christina McDaniel dealing with heartache only a mother could feel.
I got 2 babies that will never be the same. One I don't even have no more. He took them.
On Sunday night, McDaniel, who lives in California, said she had been texting her daughters. But after her last text around 6 p.m., she stopped getting a response.
9 rolled by, 9:50 rolled by, 10 o'clock rolled by. I'm texting, are you okay? I love you. Where are you guys at? Nothing.
Then around midnight, she got a call saying her 12-year-old daughter Zamora was in the hospital. Then that her 16-year-old daughter Zolea had died. Police say around 9:50 Sunday night, a car driven by 33-year-old Christopher Atkinson had crashed, killing Zolea. 2 other teens, ages 14 and 16, were also injured.
My last text was 11 o'clock to my daughters. Are you okay? The whole time that I'm texting Zolea, Zolea is no longer alive. She was deceased.
Court documents say that Atkinson had been driving more than 100 miles an hour along a back road near Staten when his car missed the corner and flew off the road into a tree. Police say Atkinson admitted to buying alcohol for the kids and was drinking and smoking marijuana earlier that day. Atkinson was arrested and charged with manslaughter, reckless driving, assault, and furnishing alcohol to intoxicated minors.
I don't want that man to see the light of day. I want him to suffer and pay for what he took away from me.
Now, a couple days after the crash, McDaniel's trying to manage caring for one daughter in the hospital and planning a funeral for the other.
I'm not supposed to bury our children. Our children are supposed to bury us.
Atkinson remains in the Marion County Jail tonight. He was denied bail during his first court appearance yesterday. The judge siding with the victims' families when they asked that bail be denied, saying that he was a danger. The judge agreed. Back to you.
A heartbreaking situation. Devin Haskins reporting live at OHSU. Thank you, Devin. New at 6, the Trump administration has opened an investigation into Portland Public Schools and the Oregon School Activities Association over the participation of a transgender track and field athlete. Today, the U.S. Department of Education's Division of Civil Rights said it contacted both the district and the OSAA. It alleges by allowing a transgender girl to compete in a track meet this month, they violated Title IX, which bars gender-based discrimination in schools and colleges. The same athlete competed in the girls' division last year. OSAA policy allows students to participate in sports according to their consistently asserted gender identity. After taking office, President Trump issued an executive order to ban transgender girls from girls' sports. In the last hour, we got a statement from Portland Public Superintendent Dr. Kimberly Armstrong saying in part, quote, PPS is in full compliance with Oregon state law, which may differ from federal guidance. We are actively working with our legal and state partners to navigate this complex legal landscape. We'll have more on this story tonight at 11. Okay, it is time to talk weather. About 77 degrees or so in Portland. Feels like it. Daisy, I can see that sunshine on your face, soaking it in. She's on the KGW Weather Deck, sponsored by Rick's Custom Fencing. Very warm for this time of year. People out enjoying it like you are, Daisy, but also a growing chance of thunderstorms.
Yeah, Christine, we're definitely going to be seeing a quick change as early as in the next 24 hours. So take a look at this map here. So here's a look at who could potentially see actually some thunderstorms for tomorrow. So it's the majority of the state of Oregon, also up into Washington and parts of Northern California, excuse me. So here at KGW, we have issued a weather impact alert day. So the bulk of this event is going to be between 3 o'clock and 10 o'clock into the evening. So definitely keep this in mind if you are going to be on the road at all tomorrow for the second half. And here in the Rose City, as you mentioned, it was beautiful. The sun was out in a current temperature of 77 degrees. Let's take a look at the rest of our map here. Some of us actually hit 80 degrees, 78 currently in Hillsborough, 79 for King City. And looking at the rest of our map up and down the Oregon coast, those 50s and 60s in the forecast. Now, tomorrow we do have a chance to also break more records. I'll talk more about this in my full forecast in just a few moments, but the record that we broke today was 74 degrees, and it's been in place for nearly 60 years. Christine, back to you.
Yeah, beautiful out there. Thank you so much, Daisy. You can stay with us here and online for the very latest on that potential stormy weather tomorrow. And also be sure to download the KGW app to get breaking weather alerts anytime sent right to your phone. In your headlines, authorities are searching for 4-year-old Belia Cardoza, who went missing from Portland with her father, Sammy Cardoza, last Wednesday, March 19th. The Oregon Department of Human Services says Belia may be at risk. Authorities say Sammy's partner, Hannah Simone Sagari, may also be with them. Grab a pen or maybe snap a photo of the screen, because if you have any information, call 911 or the Oregon Child Abuse Hotline, the number at the bottom of your screen, 1-855-503-SAFE. And in Washington County, detectives are investigating a man they say is a sex trafficker, and they're looking for more potential victims. 26-year-old Jesse Lee St. Marie Blankenship was arrested a few weeks back. He's accused of assaulting and strangling a woman in the Bethany neighborhood and also in Gresham. Investigators say they found evidence of more violent acts, too. Last week, grand juries in Washington and Multnomah counties indicted Blankenship on a total of 30 charges. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and is being held without bail. A major road in Hillsborough and Aloha is back open tonight after a water main break created a large sinkhole. We're talking about the intersection of Cornelius Pass and Southeast Francis Street in front of Brown Middle School. It was reported around 9:30 this morning. Southbound Cornelius Pass was closed for much of the day, but reopened after 3 o'clock this afternoon. But Francis from Southeast 74th to Cornelius Pass is still closed. No word yet on when it'll reopen. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield has joined another multi-state lawsuit against the Trump administration, this time over the reported freeze of federal disaster aid to Oregon flood victims. Last month, a judge ordered the Trump administration to release the money, but state officials, including Governor Tina Kotek, say that's not happening. Yesterday, she said the state is having trouble accessing $24 million in FEMA funding intended to help several southern Oregon counties recover from flooding. In a statement, AG Rayfield called the funding freeze reckless and dangerous, saying, quote, "It will harm people and we won't stand by while the federal government plays politics with people's lives." Tonight, a KGW investigation into an organization that helps provide affordable housing. Turns out the Portland nonprofit may be pushing people out, including a 78-year-old woman who's at risk of losing her longtime home. KGW investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi is here with us now. Kyle, walk us through what's going on here.
The organization is called Reach Community Development. The nonprofit provides affordable housing for more than 3,500 people in the Portland area. Its motto, everyone deserves a place to call home. But some residents fear the place they call home may soon be sold from under them. On the corner of Southeast 38th and Clinton Street sits a little white house that Cheryl Oldham has called home for 53 years. These walls hold all kinds of memories. They fill picture frames, line the mantel, and cover an entire table.
It's all here.
Cheryl watched her kids grow up in this house, inch by inch.
Here's Rachel. Here's Ben. here's Rachel, here's Ben.
Then came grandkids.
It's been a wonderful place.
So after 5 decades here, you can only imagine the shock when Cheryl got a letter from her landlord warning the house may be sold. The 78-year-old fears she could be forced out.
I'm a senior, I'm disabled, and I just want to stay here.
Cheryl has rented this house in southeast Portland since 1972. The property is owned by Reach Community Development. The Portland nonprofit develops and manages affordable apartments and homes, including what are called scattered site homes, like Cheryl's.
And so, like any renter, you would just write a check to Reach every month?
Yes. There was never a lease agreement or anything like that.
In a March 5th letter addressed to Cheryl and all others, Reach explained, rising costs, inflation, and high interest rates have made money problems worse.
Organizations like Reach that provide affordable housing really took it on the chin during COVID.
The nonprofit needs to balance its budget, explained Reach's CEO, Margaret Salazar.
We needed to generate some proceeds. And the way that we're looking to do that is to sell the scattered site properties.
Reach is looking to unload all 80 of its scattered site homes in southeast Portland, focusing instead on larger scale multi-unit properties throughout the metro area.
What worries you most about the prospect of having to move?
Just losing my neighborhood and where am I going to go with my dog and my garden and all my plants? My plants are like part of me too. This whole place is part of me.
Reach says it's looking to sell to a mission-driven purchaser, committed to making the homes available to first-time buyers and existing Reach residents.
I want to remain here. I want to buy it and stay here because I feel like this is where I should be.
What opportunity will there be for current residents?
Yeah, current residents will have the first opportunity to purchase their homes, and we're looking at lining up resources to be able to assist residents to do that.
They never returned my call.
Cheryl's lawyer, who's a former neighbor, says the nonprofit Reach hasn't been responsive since sending that letter, leaving residents in the dark.
It's not a way to do business, really, particularly an organization that's supposed to be looking out for the interests of the public.
Reach says it's still in negotiations, so the nonprofit doesn't have all the details.
We're not going to cut and run, right? We are here, and our commitment is that we're going to stay with these residents and make sure that we're part of that conversion process.
For Cheryl, this uncertainty is creating a lot of stress. She can't imagine moving after 53 years in this house and so many memories.
It just feels like where I belong.
Reach says the soonest that a sale will occur is June. The purchaser would then sell homes in phases over the next 2 years, with the first phase going on the market next fall. For those who can't afford to purchase their homes, Reach says it will provide relocation assistance, individual counseling, and priority placement in other Reach properties.
Kyle Laboshi reporting here. Appreciate your reporting, Kyle.